welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to talk about an event designed to get girls outdoors and appreciating the outdoors with the Girl Scouts. I have two guests with me, Danah Melo, who's in the 5th grade at Armstrong and a Girl Scout, and Kaitlin Smith, who's a professional with the Girl Scouts. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, when I think of Girl Scouts, of course I dropped out at an early age because we lost our volunteers, but you know, it was a lot of indoor crafts. You know, you made the sit-a-pons, but I don't think we ever used them outside. You guys really get girls out.
Absolutely. We're all about, a lot of people do think about camping when they think about Girl Scouts as well.
They should.
And that's a big part of what we do. And it's not only the summer camps. Girls are using our camp properties to go with their troops all year long, and then we also have outdoor adventure groups that do archery and canoeing, and so all year long girls are at our camps, they're outdoors, they're going on nature hikes with their troops, and they're doing stuff that gets them outdoors.
Why is that important?
Well, it's so important, especially in this day and age. Kids are spending more and more time using technology. In fact, I read a statistic that on average, kids spend more than 7 hours a day using some sort of media entertainment.
Oh my gosh.
They're not outdoors anymore. So they're not, you know, engaging with nature. They're not taking that time to be a little louder, to be a little messier, and to move around a little bit more than they can in the home or in the classroom. So it's really important for them to have a chance to develop an appreciation for nature and just really bond with their friends in a place where they don't have to, you know, worry about being quiet, using their indoor voice.
Right. I remember that. And I remember going on Boy Scout campouts and having to confiscate cell phones because they would, you know, continue those habits even when they were in a new setting.
Right. It might be hard at first to let it go, but I think that as girls are spending their weekend together, bonding together, doing activities together, sort of the technology, they see the need isn't there, that they can have fun without having their cell phone.
Well, you need to learn to talk to each other and not just text each other. I think kids today are so used to communicating in that way that even sitting next to each other, you know, sometimes there's the electronic communication.
Yeah, and really we say you put two girls out in a canoe in a lake and they're going to learn teamwork because they're going to have to figure out how to paddle together to make it back to the shore.
Either that or they stay in the middle of the lake.
Exactly, yeah.
So Danah, have you been canoeing?
Yes, I have.
What did you like about it, or did you like it?
I like being able to, you know, communicate to our friends and be able to have teamwork, you know.
It is. Canoeing is a challenge, I think. Like, you know, I've always thought if a couple can survive a canoe, they've got a good relationship. Kayaks, you know, you're by yourself.
Right.
To me, that one's a little bit easier. So what kind of other camping have you done, Danah?
I've been camping without my mom and dad for about 3 days.
Was that like a big deal the first time you got to do that?
Yes, it was actually the only time I've done that.
You'll do it again, I'm sure, though. So what was that trip like? Was it scary?
The bugs were, but we got to learn how to canoe. We got to meet other troops, and it was really cool.
That is good. So you guys start early. I was trying to remember. I had boys, and so mine were in Cub Scouts, and I think that 4th and 5th grade was still family campouts, and then you begin to transition into the troop campouts and a little bit more independence.
Yeah, we have girls as young as going into 1st grade that come to our summer camps and get that experience away from their parents. And we also have some like mixed day camp and overnight camp, so they get that one experience and introduction to camp, just giving them an opportunity to see what they can do in the outdoors, giving them that confidence that they can do it.
Sometimes, you know, there's a stereotype, I think, that girls aren't tough enough, or that we'll be intimidated by bugs, or that we're not as rugged as the boys. Is that hard to overcome?
Well, I think the great thing about Girl Scouts is that they're in that all-girl environment. So they're not worried about the competition or
how they look.
Right. So they're able to be their self more, and they're supporting each other, they're cheering each other along, they're seeing that, oh, my friend can do this, I can try to do this too, and they're not worried about those same peer pressures that they face at school.
And I think if they start young enough, they don't have the stereotypes that we have.
Absolutely. If they learn from a young age that they can do it, then that's never an issue.
That's right. Well, so you guys have an event coming up this fall. Tell me about why it's important, how you're going to get girls outside.
Well, it's called Step Outside with Girl Scouts, and it's going to be on October 4th from 2 to 4 at First Christian Church right here in Hampton on Todd's Lane. And this is an opportunity for girls and their families, all girls, not just Girl Scouts, to come out, learn about Girl Scouts, maybe join up as a Girl Scout, but participate in some really family-friendly, fun activities. We're going to have relay races and outdoor-themed crafts, learn knot tying, make bug boxes, all sorts of fun things. And we also have some community partners coming out. We have Mad Science of Hampton Roads. They'll have some fun outdoor activities. So it's a really fun way to sort of dip your toes into Girl Scouts and find out what we're about, and also just have a really fun afternoon with your family. And it's a free event. You don't need to register. You can just show up and come.
Well, that's good, and that's a little less pressure maybe for kids who aren't in Girl Scouting to learn a little bit about what it's like.
Yes, they can sort of get a sneak peek of, on October 4th.
So, Danah, you have been in Girl Scouting pretty much since you were old enough to, right? And I know there's a very active group at Armstrong Elementary. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. But if you know, girls in other part of the city or girls who go to other schools, what would you tell them about why they should join Girl Scouts or what they might get out of it?
You can make a lot of friends. That's what I've learned over the years. If you want to learn how to survive or how to camp, you know, that's right there, Girl Scouts.
Your favorite activity, you told me a second ago, was archery.
Yes.
That's something that most girls don't get a chance to do, really. Where did you learn to shoot bow and arrow, and why do you like it?
I learned a couple months ago before, you know, I went to 5th grade. The guy was just like really nice. He showed us how to shoot the bow, where to look, and you know.
That was my favorite sport. Like, we learned it in PE in junior high school, and of course, it was like not a sport, so it was easier. But I liked, I don't know, the sense of control and pacing, and it was a little bit meditative. You know, you stop and think, and it's slow, and you're outdoors. You know?
And it's sort of a unique sport, and we have volunteers that recognize this. So we have a whole outdoor adventure team is what we call them. And so they're just people that take girls out to go on backpacking trips or do a weekend of archery or do a special canoeing trip. And so that's something unique to Girl Scouts, and you don't necessarily have to be in a troop to participate in those outdoor activities. Well,
that's what I was going to say. And as I related, my own personal background is that we had, I think, a brownie troop at my school, and then the leaders didn't want to continue, and so I didn't get to continue in Girl Scouting. And you guys have, though, other ways. So even if you're not in a troop or even if you don't have enough volunteers at a particular location, girls can still get involved. How do we do that?
Absolutely. Well, we have the one-day events on the weekends. We have like science theme events or outdoor themed events. We have smaller series that you can participate in as well. Maybe it's just a 6-week series. We have summer camp, of course, is another way to participate. But of course, we always say that we do need more volunteers to help us with those troops, because that is still the most popular way for girls to participate in Girl Scouting.
It is, and it's so consistent. And you really, I mean, you make bonds at summer camp, but I would imagine if you're at the weekly meetings and doing service projects and crafts and all those other kind of things, you really do form tight bonds. Are some of your best friends in your troop?
Yeah, a lot of them. I'd have to say about 5 of them that are in my grade, not my school. I get to make friends pretty much all over the city of Hampton.
That's great. So Danah, do you think you'll continue in Girl Scouts as you get older and go to middle school and high school?
I think, you know, as my imagination, I probably would, and meet more people and get the chance to, you know, do more fun outside activities.
So meet people, have fun, get outdoors, do physical stuff, and learn things you don't usually learn on your own, like canoeing, archery, camping. If you have a family that doesn't camp, you know, you might not get that opportunity any other place. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you guys very much for coming out today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Danah. And thank you for watching. I hope you've learned a little bit about Girl Scouts. And yes, do remember they need adult volunteers. So if you were a scout when you were a girl, think about it, or you can learn it still. In this day and age, it's important for everyone to get outside and be active. Join this event, dip your toes in Girl Scouting, or join a troop. Thanks for watching.